everyone. This is Ashwita and I came back with a new video. In this video we are going to talk about 5 habits that can increase the quality of our lives. Why late? Let's go into the video. I don't have time for workout. I don't have time to do my projects. I don't have time to play sports. I don't have time to learn skills. I don't have time to talk to my family. Is that true? Is that true that we don't really have time? Or is it just that we don't know how to manage our time effectively? Procrastination and unrealistic expectations might also be a reason for these, but the main thing is time management. When you know how to effectively manage your time, all these things can be done easily by you. So, today we are going to talk about 5 habits that can help you manage your time effectively. The first habit is SMART goals. What are SMART goals? SMART goals are: S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for attainable, R stands for relevant, and T stands for time based. We will understand this with an example. Okay, you want your goal is to be healthy. Be specific. Like, what do you mean by I want to be healthy? Does it refer to like having healthy food every day, or is it having junk food once in a week, or is it like going to work out every day? What does it actually mean for you to be healthy? And then coming to the second one is measurable. Suppose your goal is of having healthy food. Okay, it is like having 4 vegetables in the lunch, having salad in the night, or drinking juices in the morning with breakfast, or having some dry fruits or something like that. Have a measure. And a problem would arise whenever we try doing tasks, like we lose interest and the efficiency decreases with time. So there is a technique, Pomodoro technique. It is basically you work for 25 minutes, then take 5 minutes break, and then work for 25 minutes and take another 5 minutes break. It's like after a 4 sets like this, you take a long break. This helps you increase your efficiency. And as said, like it takes very less minutes of time for your brain to get refreshed. So like 5 minutes would be enough for a break. And third one is attainable. Here attainable refers to like checking whether it is realistic or not. As we talked before, if you want to have fruits at night, is it generally possible for you? Like, are they available? If you are a hostel student, is it available in your mess at the nights, or whatever, something like that? And the fifth one is time based. Time based means like I want to achieve this goal in these many days or these many months, and then based on that I write all my tasks. I have a daily review every week or every month. And the next habit that can help you manage your time effectively would be categorizing your tasks. So, categorize your tasks into 4 categories. The first one would be the tasks which are both urgent and important. And the second one would be the tasks which are urgent but which are not important. And the third one, which are not urgent but important. And the fourth one would be not urgent and not important. So, coming to the first one, the tasks which are urgent and important, try finishing them as fast as possible. And the second one is which are urgent but not important. These tasks, as they cannot be avoided, have to be finished. So just finish them. And the third one are which are important but not urgent. These tasks should be scheduled, can be scheduled for later, but these should not be skipped. And the fourth category is which are not important and not urgent. If these tasks can be avoided, just avoid them. And the third habit is learn saying no. If something that doesn't serve your goals, I think that should be given a strong no. For example, you wanted to eat healthy food and your friends are calling, yeah, we'll go out today and we'll have something. That doesn't serve what your goal is. So just say no. And then you don't have to say it rudely. You can be polite. And the fourth one is create a to-do list. And I would prefer create a to-do list at the end of the day for the next day. This helps you keep organized. It helps you prioritize the works. It helps you easily just go and just finish the work when you actually get the time to do it. You don't have to again procrastinate. Whenever you have the time, you need not waste it thinking of should I do that, should I do this, and all. Sometimes it happens many times with us. Like we have time, but we don't know what to do. It is because of being unorganized, having so many things in mind. Whenever you create a to-do list, it makes you easy to organize your tasks. And the next soft skill that we're going to talk about is communication skills. Okay, so don't you think you'd have made that trip with your friends if you can communicate it properly to your parents? Or don't you think you would got that job if you were able to communicate properly in that interview? Or maybe don't you think you would have got that girl if you can convey your feelings properly to her? These all are based on communication, right? Having a proper communication. So communication is something that affects the way people perceive you. If you know how to express yourself properly, then I think you can have a very better life. You can actually execute things, like whenever you want to achieve a goal or achieve a task, and in the process of execution you need to communicate with others, and having proper communication skills will help you achieve your goals more easy. It makes your task more easy. So, I am going to give you three tips that can actually help improve your communication skills. So, number one is believe. Whatever you say is important, the content about which you're speaking is important, but more than that, the belief that you keep in yourself while speaking on whatever you're saying, that is more important. If you don't believe about what you're saying, then how can the other person trust or show interest in listening to what you're saying? And the second one is eye contact, and this is a very key point to keep in mind while having a conversation with others. It shows your confidence, and also it makes people listen, promotes active listening. And the third one is a pro tip, okay? It's variation. So whenever you're speaking, just try showing some variation. For example, you can suddenly change your facial expressions, or you can show some hand gestures, or you can change the tone of what you're speaking. One last tip that I would like to give for having better communication is active listening. When somebody tries to interrupt while the other person is speaking without they complete their point, that implies you're just trying to put your point forward, but you're not understanding what the other person is saying. This will eventually cause disturbances in the flow of communication. So, active listening is also an important aspect to consider while having conversation. Anybody is not born with inbuilt talent and skills. So, communication skills is something that can be learned and mastered. And I have given the links of some resources in the description for improving your communication skills. The next skill that we are going to talk about is decision making. Even I didn't knew about it few weeks before, but later I heard this line called "Your life is all about the decisions you make," and all of a sudden it made so much sense to me. Then I thought, why didn't I ever pay attention on this concept? Why didn't I ever think about it? So I thought this should surely be included in this video. We are not taught about this in schools or colleges. It is your choice. Either you can choose to sleep late, wake up late, just finish the day by doing nothing, just sleeping on the bed, laying on the bed, scrolling Instagram, going through social media, doing nothing productive. Either you can choose to spend the day like that, or you can wake up early in the morning, you can go for a walk, you can choose doing some meditation practices, or you can study. You have so much more better things to do. Either you can complete those, or you can do the things which are not much important to you. Theoretically talking about tips for taking right decisions, uh, I think you've heard about decision fatigue. It's like as the number of decisions you take increases, the quality of your decisions decreases. So either you can minimize the number of decisions you take, like you can keep a fixed routine, and instead of taking 10 decisions a day, you can reduce it to 5 decisions by having a daily proper routine. And the second one is, as every day your brain recharges the power of taking decisions, you can take the most important decisions in the early morning. Now, coming to the other side of handling decision making, being aware of what you want to do, what you like to do, what your goals are, what you want to achieve. If you are aware of all these things, then it will make it more easy to take a decision. Growth stops when learning stops. Yes. And the fourth topic that we are going to talk about is how to learn things faster. In this, I am going to tell you about some tips about how we can learn things faster. And the first one is being specific. Knowing what you want to do and why you want to do can help you learn things faster. And the second one is the Pareto principle. It is identify the 20% of the concepts that can give you 80% of the results. This will surely help you when you have very less time to complete the task or learn that skill. And the third one we are going to talk about is active listening. Instead of just seeing what you want to learn, instead of just listening and hearing what you want to learn, you can just put it into practical applications. And also teaching others can help you learn things faster. We remember 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, and 30% of what we see, and 95% of what we teach others. So teaching others can help you memorize your skill better and can help you master your skill better. And the fourth one is the most important one. Optimize your environment. You are the average of the 5 people that you spend your time with. So whenever you identify what your goal is and what skill you want to learn, identify the people who are around you, who are an expert in that skill or who mastered that skill, and surround yourself with those people. And this can eventually help you to learn things more proper way, efficiently. Whenever you're trying to learn a new skill, it is important to believe in yourself and trust the process. Many people stuck in mediocrity because whenever they stop seeing the results, they stop doing the work too, and that leads in mediocrity. And if you want to go to that top 1% of people who master the skill, it is important to trust the process and keep working hard though you don't see the results. Person who commits a mistake is not a fool, but a person who commits the same mistake again and again is a fool. And the last skill that we are going to talk about is emotional intelligence. It is the ability to understand, to recognize, understand and influence the emotions within ourselves and within others too. There are 5 important aspects of emotional intelligence. Coming to the first one, it is self-awareness. Okay, observing how you react to different situations and people can help you increase the self-awareness. You can keep a journal to track about how you are reacting to others, and you can analyze it, or you can talk to people whom you trust and you can ask feedback from the opposite person. And the second one is self-regulation. So whenever you are in a difficult situation or a situation which triggers emotions, instead of reacting, take some time and respond. The third aspect that we are going to talk about is boost motivation. So what comes under boost motivation is you can turn or deviate the negative emotions into your work. This can help reduce the negativity and also finish the task. And coming to the fourth one, it is empathy. Okay, empathy helps foster long-lasting relationships and build deep bonds. So whenever you have empathy in yourself towards others, it builds a sense of trust in the relationship and it makes them feel understood so they can open up better. And the fifth one is social skills. Social skills is similar to communication skills, but both are not same. And it can help you in boosting your career, it can help boost your confidence, and the most important one is it helps you adaptable to new surroundings. Okay, whenever you go to a new place, we struggle a lot if you don't have proper social skills. With this, we came to the end of the video. I hope you all liked it, and do let me know in the comment section how you felt about this. And I am going to start a series in my Instagram handle where I will be uploading vlogs daily. So to know more about it, follow my Instagram handle, and that's it. See you all in next video. Bye bye.